everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, and well, today we got a very unique discussion. I'm actually going to be giving you guys my opinion on the latest Minecraft Live event, or as I just like to call it, Minecon. But yeah, so the announcements for Minecon were one, what was happening in the good chunk of the 118, which we pretty much already know. The world generation was the biggest thing, which happens to say, oh, your old world, yeah, we're just going to put blocks on. No, we're going to put the cave generation underneath it, and that's that. So, and I'm actually looking forward to that because that actually seems like one of the best ideas for it. So once we get to the 118, then we're going to have a lot more to explore. With the new world generation underneath the caves, ooh, that's just going to be nice. All that deep slate, yeah. It's going to make what I plan on actually building in this world a lot easier. So, okay. But yeah, it's the world generation that was mentioned with 118. So, I'm looking forward to that. But we have already seen a lot of the stuff for 118 anyways. So, let's get on to what is actually we're going to be dealing with in 119, which is the next major update, which is going to be coming out in the summer of next year. Okay, so what's going on in the 119 update is they're adding in they're adding in 2 more biomes. And the mechanics behind them, they're not completely, everything's not complete. They're still working on a lot of them. But one of the things that they are bringing in is the deep dark. That is going to be in the system. That is going to be in 118. They're bringing in the deep dark to 119. So the warden is going to be in 119. So we've got the warden coming in 119 with the deep dark skulk sensor, the skulk shrieker, which honestly is probably one of the most interesting blocks in it. More of the effect that it gives. And I actually have tried to do a similar effect using command blocks, but they just did it so much better. And I'm still going to be doing things like that. I'm going to be working on, I got some other projects in mind now. But yeah, so with the 119 coming out with the deep dark, we have a way to renew the skulk, and obviously we're going to be working on figuring out how to make use of this the renewable skulk and what we can get from it. I'm wondering if the skulk sensor and the skulk shrieker, if those are renewable or are they finite? Because with those being finite, it's just going to cause a lot more getting creative with how you use them. You can't use them for all sorts of different things, but it might figure out a way to deal with it. But with that, is going to the next one where the mob vote. Now, the options were, well, one of them was for gameplay, just everybody gameplay, One was for ambient gameplay and the tech, and then pretty much what I like to classify as for the tech players. But let's just go on with what won, which was the alley, which is actually the one that I would consider more of the tech gameplay. It has some practical uses for standard play, but when it came down to it, most people were seeing it for what tech capabilities it had. Movable sorters, mostly. Which, if you ask me, is probably what everybody's going to use them for. And yes, I will design a system for a movable item sorter for things like, oh, I am making this for like world eaters and type of things, so that you're not constantly having to it it would be pretty much for things like world eaters, if you ask me. But there's many practical uses for it, and I will figure out as soon as I can all the practical uses, designing systems for it, because that's, well, pretty much how it needs to be. But let's get on to the last major component in the update, which is the swamp update. They're calling it the wild update, but I'm calling it the deep and dank, the dark and dank update, and dank as in moist, which is swamps, and dark because of the deep dark. Yeah, so we with the when we had the biome vote with the swamp didn't win, and honestly, I was a little bit distraught about that because I wanted the swamp to win. But yeah, so but the swamp's coming in to this next update. So we've got the swamp coming in. We've got which with the swamp, it includes the first off, the new mob of the frog, which could be interesting, but might not be. But we'll see. We'll figure out. Honestly, we'll have to figure out a lot of these uses for them, because who knows what the uses are until you actually see what they can do. Fireflies, which the frogs will eat, which might actually be interesting. Which will be interesting, but can be useful. You're in my way. But yeah, so we're going to be looking into just different types of farms. With the swamps, it brings us the capability of they're bringing in a new tree, which is the mangrove, which is the tree that looks really good. The mangrove trees. And they also are bringing in with the mangrove, they're bringing in actually a renewable source of clay. Which for me, even though I'm not a big terracotta builder, you don't have to destroy your Badlands anymore to get all the terracotta you need. We'll be working on, like I said, I'll be working on as many farms as I can, coming up with ideas how to set them up, how to check, everything like that. Because if we can set up a system to process all of this, we're going to do it. If not, then we'll figure it out. We'll have to, that's the big thing. We will figure out all of it. But yeah, that's the big things. And honestly, I'm looking forward to it all. I'm looking forward to 119. I'm looking forward to 118 because we needed 118 for 119 to work. And it's more of the for the deep dark because we needed that extra distance in the game. So we've got all that, and there's so many good things. One of the things that they mentioned, and I'm actually going to be start diving into it, is actually the Minecraft community page, Minecraft community for the marketplace. I'm going to start working on my own little adventure maps, heavily technical, where certain things are. I'm just going to be working on that. If you actually want to help out with that, I'm going to be setting up a section on my Discord for that. Please let me know, and it'll be a discussion. Jumping into the worlds together, setting it up, probably even get another realm just for that. And it'll be limited to the group that we're doing it with. That I'm doing it with. But yeah, so we're going to be working on marketplace thing. I'm going to be working on marketplace things because that it just seems like fun. And we all know you got to have fun. So, let's see here. I'm hoping that I did get everything that at least was of interest. I know I got everything that was of interest to me. But, yeah, they had the new dungeons stuff. But I'm not too big into dungeons. I've played a little bit of it. But it's fine. But it's not one of those things I would constantly play. But yeah, so we've got... so 119 looks like it's going to be a very interesting update. 118 is going to be world breaking, literally and figuratively. So my little down at Y12, my Y11 mine down in this world is going to be a lot. I'll be getting a lot more deep slate, which is what I needed for this world anyways. But yeah, so we're going to be looking into all sorts of other things. We're going to be getting, hopefully, I can create some things that you guys would actually really enjoy. But you guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down in the comments section. If you want to support me, subscribe and join my Patreon. Link to that will be in the description. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.